Aviron has a bike and a treadmill to go along with a rower. I like it. Let's break this thing down. So sometimes we make mistakes, and I'm reposting this video because I put these on backwards. I had this all the way forward and then them facing this way thinking they faced you. Didn't look at the instructions well enough. In reality, they go that way and you slide it more this way. It's adjustable so you can get it right where you want it. They're great. Position this way, position this way. Works really, really well. I like them a lot, but I wanted to point that out if you see them backwards in the video. Second, I'm gonna take this section out, but I complained about the wheel placement. So when you wanna move this, the instructions say to put the wheels in the back, you have to lift the monitor way up and move it around like that. But I learned after I posted that you can actually put those wheels in the front. It's universal. And a little tip, if you decide to buy this, that is what I would recommend, because then the way the monitor and it being forward, it's easier to rotate that way. And then the monitor goes down and it's not really tall and facing the wall or facing the ceiling trying to move it around like that. So that's a little tip I'd give you. I think that would be better for most people, but it can go either way. So I'm gonna break this video into 3 categories. First, the bike itself, the hardware, the comfort, all that stuff. What's it all about? How does it work? Second, that screen. What does it add to the experience and is it worth it? And third, let's talk about Aviron as a whole a little bit. And that is something I would recommend sticking around for because I think it will really help with your decision. And the bike. And I'm gonna breeze through this a little bit because, being honest, most bikes are almost the same, at least at this price point. And what I mean is they're all pretty good. When you think about the adjustability, the fitment, the seat, the posture you have on it, the feel, everything that goes into it, where the monitor is, its location to you, they're very, very close. So what I am gonna do is, instead of talking about all that stuff that's gonna be the same from bike to bike, I'm gonna tell you what's different and what sets this one apart. So here we go, the pedals. And if you've never watched one of my videos, I complain about this all the time because they almost never get it right. And Aviron did. SPD clip-ins on one side, cage on the other. So if you have occasional riders or people that don't need to get specialized shoes, they just want to use it, the cages are going to do the job. But for you that are going to use it all the time in your house, you want to get serious, you want to clip in and be hooked up to this thing and be able to go full force, you have the clip-ins. Yes. Third, the resistance. There's a little bit going on here, but first, the overall resistance. What kind of range does it have? How easy can it get? How hard can it get? What range does it have in the middle? All great, like the other top end options. It can get very, very challenging. It can be easy if you need to be, and you have different steps along the way that let you tune into what you want. So all positive there. I'm gonna gloss over that. But what is different is the sound and the texture. And I've had plenty of comments that say, I need the bike to be silent. The baby might be sleeping in the next room and I cannot wake them. I'm gonna get up and early workout. This is not that bike. It's not overly loud, and I'll put up a decibel meter and show you on screen. But it makes some noise. It's not gonna be silent for those I need absolute silence situations, and if that's a deal breaker for you, this might not be the option for you. On the other side, that adds texture to the ride, and personally, I love it. Sometimes when you're on a bike and you're riding away and it's so smooth, the resistance is there, it's hard, but it's really, really smooth. It feels a little odd, it feels less realistic. And just to feel that, almost like there's a chain, like a real bike experience coming through, it just adds a little bit more to the experience. And I personally like it, but it's gonna be a personal preference. I just wanna make sure I make that clear so you know what you're getting into. Hey, hi, can you hit that like button for me? Tell the algorithm what's up. And while you're at it, comment below and tell me what you love about this, but what makes you nervous? Experience. And when I say experience, let's say you take a bike like this that doesn't have a screen on it and you're just riding along yet again, here I go again. Does adding that screen change it that much? Does it make you enjoy exercise? Does it make you want to exercise more? Does it make you push harder when you are exercising? Basically, are you getting value out of having that screen there and what it offers? And we'll start with the user interface. Getting started, you're opening the screen, you got to pick a workout. Can you do it? Can you figure it out? Is it intimidating? Not at all. Like most are very easy to use these days, and this is no exception. When it launches, you see all the different categories right on the screen. You click one, then you see the sub options in there. You click it and you hit start workout. There might be a couple selections if you want easy, hard, medium workout, things like that, how long you want the duration to be. But it guides you through it super well, very, very easy to use. Along the bottom, there's some extra options as far as monthly challenges and different things you can get to, different screens you can see for stats and whatnot. But it is extremely easy to use. I didn't look at any instruction manual. I turned the thing on, I just started using it. It's very straightforward. Anybody can do it. Again, like most options, but they did fantastic. No issues with the user interface. And now, the workout experience. And variety is the name of the game when it comes to Aviron. Now, when I compare to other platforms, they usually have that big ticket item. It's instructor-led, scenic-based rides, music-based, whatever they pick, that is their item. And they might sprinkle in other items along on the sides to add a little bit more variety. But that is not how Aviron does it. They truly say, we're gonna give you a lot of options, good options, multiple choices of different types of categories, different ways to work out that keep it interesting and keep you from getting bored. And while I can tell you I've tested every one, there is no way. There are that many options. This video would be a month later if I wanted to test every single way to work out with the Aviron, which is fantastic. That shows you how many ways there are to work out. So what I am gonna tell you is pay attention to the screen. I'm gonna talk through my thoughts, what I really took away from it, but ultimately, seeing the different modes I'm putting on screen, the different ways of exercising, is what's gonna tell you if you're gonna jive with this. If this is an option that pulls you and it just has you wanting to use it, or if you're like, that's not my style. But it's hard for it not to be your style because they do all the styles. And to highlight the modes they have, or the different categories of workout options, they have games, competitive modes, power play, pro versus Joes, instructor-led content, guided or AI style workouts, the classic scenic ride, and streaming integration. By the way, if you decide to get this, please consider using the link I'm putting on screen or I have in the description down below. It does support the channel and lets me continue to do this, which I love doing. I would really appreciate it. Thank you so much. But here's my takeaways from all these different methods of working out. Again, I'm gonna say it one more time, variety is awesome. It adds so much to the platform. But second, I love the streaming integration. I have been asking this forever, and different ones are starting to do it, but they might add 1, 2, maybe 3 different streaming platforms and you only use one of those, and it's only so effective. They have a whole bunch, look on screen, I'm showing you right now, and this allows you to sometimes have that moment where you're like, I don't wanna push myself to the limits. I wanna have a longer, easy workout where I watch one of my favorite shows, but I'm still sitting there getting a nice long workout in. And if you don't have that option, you talk yourself out of it. But because that's there, you have, again, that way to mix it up and not give yourself reasons to talk yourself out of working out because there's different options that match what you need that day. Third, all these different game modes and styles they have are fun and motivational, and they all work largely off the same fundamentals. There's how fast is your cadence, how much output do you have based on resistance and the work you're putting in, and you can use those to influence the game. You know, there's a game where there's a ring and it's going up here and you're down here. You've got to work hard to get it and your score is great and you haven't missed one yet, but you're tired. Instead of just staying here, you're gonna find a way to get up that ring. You're gonna pedal harder, and it motivates you to push harder and get a little bit better exercise, which is exactly what you want this platform to do. You work out longer, you work out harder, and you find reasons to come back and use it again. So all these different modes, again, we're very fun and motivational and completely different. But let's say you are one of those people that loves instructor-led workouts. You're like, I don't know if I want to go with this gamified option. I might miss that. Well, you won't, because they have that too. It's so balanced of a platform. You don't miss out. You still have everything. And it's not like they just have 1 or 2 like the other ones where it's like, hey, we do this, we say we do this, but really don't have that much of it. They have all sorts of instructor-led content. So you're not gonna feel like you're missing out. It still has everything to check off whatever is on your list for the perfect bike. Some other things I didn't want to forget to mention because I think they added the experience. Has a friend list. I haven't seen a lot of bikes that do this in an interactive way. It's one thing to see, oh, I have this friend and I can see their scores, but to actually be able to use it as a competitive nature and, you know, work against other people and get in multiplayer modes and stuff like that, it's fun. It's really cool. It adds the experience. Bluetooth connectivity, so if you want to crank up that sound, you can. Heart rate monitor, so if you want to see those extra stats, know where you're at, have that detailed information, you got that as well. And then monthly challenges. So I like this feature because all the workout modes I've been talking about motivate you to work out harder, more, all those things in that moment. But sometimes you need a different layer of motivation. You need that thing that calls you back or makes you think bigger picture, and that's what the monthly challenge is. You can set up monthly goals and compete with other people to try to be at the top of that list. And that way it's not just, oh, I did great that one workout, it's that one workout, but also over the month I want to excel. Again, getting you work out more and harder. So I love it that they're coming at it from multiple angles. And my final category, and talking about Aviron as a whole, something that's bugged me for a long time is that all these different workout companies create some product, you know, whether it's a rower, a bike, a resistance machine, and that's their one machine. And if you build out a home gym, Something that I would recommend is thinking about what that's gonna look like in 5 years. Are you truly just gonna buy one thing and that's it? You'll know you'll never expand from there? Or is there a possibility that you might enjoy that, but you want variety? You want different types of exercise. You want a rower, a resistance machine, whatever it is, you gotta think about that. And in the past, when these companies only had one, and you decided, well, I also want this, you had to go buy that company. And each one comes with a subscription. And suddenly, you know, it's one thing to have one subscription, that's manageable, it's like a gym membership fee, but if you have 3, that's really expensive to keep your home gym functioning. And I hate that. I don't want that set up for anybody because it's way too expensive. And the fact that they now have a treadmill, a rower, and a bike allows you to think to the future where you can get multiple options without having multiple subscriptions. And I'm personally pulled to the companies that are starting to offer more options where you can build out that gym but not have multiple subscriptions. But I hope you found this helpful. Again, like and subscribe. It makes all the difference. I definitely appreciate it. But until next time, here's to a healthier you, and have a great one.